Okay, welcome back to Bounce Around Charleston. There's a cold case forum coming up, and it's called Taking Back Our Village Cold Case Forum. I have here with me Lieutenant Rita Zielinski and Tisa Wack, and they're going to answer all of our questions about taking back our village. Welcome, ladies, to Bounce Around Charleston.
Thank you.
Okay, Tisa, what is Taking Back Our Village?
Taking Back Our Village exists to build community partnerships between the community and law enforcement and different organizations. You want to build peace and harmony between our communities, law enforcement, and our youth.
Mm-hmm. And so, Rita, how does the law enforcement get involved in this?
So, Taking Back Our Village, we meet monthly, and part of that is just community members that come together, and the Sheriff's Office is part of that group. And so we get together as a group to figure out what things that we know that the community wants answers to. And part of that is just different topics that come up that may be in the media or that have affected any of us in the group personally. And that's where this has come through, which was our Cold Case Forum.
So in the forum, what kind of topics will we be discussing?
Well, we're going to have 3 different agencies, local agencies from the Tri-County area. It's going to be Berkeley County, Charleston County Sheriff's Office, as well as Somerville Police Department. And each of those agencies will be discussing some cold cases that they have. It's a way to let the community know and the survivors know that the agencies are still working on them. We still are trying to figure out what happened in these cases. And it's a way to reach out to the community and say, if there's anything you know about these or other cases, please come forward and give information. You may not think it's a big piece of the puzzle, but it might be what we need to solve these cases.
Mm-hmm. So is this the first forum that you've had?
No, we've had several forums in the past. We try to do one each quarter and surrounding around events that might be currently happening. So at least 6 or 7 a year, and we end the year with a big back-to-school bash in August.
Okay, so who can attend the forum?
Anyone who has an interest in the cases, in helping their communities, and just being involved, because maybe the conversation that they hear at this forum might spark a conversation with a friend who may have information that they didn't even know about.
Have the forums been helpful with any of the cases in the past?
Yes, I mean, I think the forums have been helpful. They've gotten leads called in. Maybe they got a step closer than they thought they were before. I mean, just the different ones that we have each year. We did an expungement workshop earlier this year that helped a lot of people get information that they were not aware of. So I think the outcomes of the forums are really good. Okay,
what about volunteers?
Volunteers, we meet the second Tuesday of each month at Lincolnville Ross Complex, and volunteers are needed and encouraged to come out to help volunteer for any of our forums.
Now, on April 10th is the Cold Case Forum. Then you have 2 other events. You want to tell us about those?
Go ahead, Rita.
Okay, so we'll also be having a criminal domestic violence forum on May 8th. And that is going to have the different agencies in the area coming together to discuss criminal domestic violence laws, prevention. We'll have volunteers, we'll have nonprofit organizations that focus on domestic violence victims and prevention that will be there. We're just providing information and showing people, someone who might be going through that at home, that it's okay to come forward and get help, and you don't have to stay there. And it's a way to basically reach out, provide information to family members or to people, someone who might be dealing with that, but also maybe encourage someone, and that might be just that one step it takes to finally get out from underneath that stronghold.
Have you all found that sometimes people are afraid to talk because they don't want to be called a snitch?
We see that all the time. We see where they say they don't want to give any information because they don't want to be seen like that person in their community. But a lot of times, until it happens to them, they're not as concerned. But we say, when people are just as outraged as the people who are affected, then that's when you start to make progress.
Okay, and the event on June the 12th?
June 12th is going to be a sexual assault awareness. We're also going to discuss human trafficking, which a lot of people don't realize, but that it is a big deal in the United States and here in Charleston. So we're going to be giving information about that. And again, same thing, where we want to give the encouragement to someone who might be dealing with that in secret, the courage and the opportunity to get some help. And whether that means speaking with a law enforcement officer or just reaching out to the assistance programs and the resources that we'll have there.
Explain human trafficking so our viewers will understand exactly what human trafficking is?
So human trafficking it's the ugly underworld. A lot of people don't realize that a lot of men and women who are caught up in prostitution could be victims of human trafficking. So it is something that could be simple as providing narcotics or illegal drugs to a young person and getting them hooked on that to where they become dependent, and now they were basically working for someone else. But it is very alive and real in the United States today, and it's something that law enforcement and community members are really working together to try to combat.
Okay. Well, Lieutenant Rita and Tisa, thank you all for being on Bounce Around Charleston. Cold Case Forum. Sounds kind of interesting. Okay, the event is Tuesday, April the 10th at 7 p.m. at the Lincolnville Town Hall, 141 West Broad Street, Lincolnville, South Carolina. For more information, visit their Facebook page at Taking Back Our Village. And we want to thank you for being on Bounce Around Charleston.
Thank you.
Okay, coming up next, I Am Voices. It's a focus to help raise awareness and decrease the number of sexual abuse occurrences in our community. Stay tuned. We need to find out more about that after this break.